And what's your mic with the two? Okay.
Yep. Take your thoughts first, please.
Okay, my thoughts are very pleased with this victory today. We always talk about adjusting to the elements. We've had a lot of kids injured, a lot of kids banged up, and I really felt like we were going to have to gut this one out, and they did. A lot of things that we have to continue to improve upon, but with some of the youth playing across the board, I was pleased with the effort, and really obviously pleased with the way the defense played, creating two turnovers that turned into touchdowns, and great victory for our kids.
Questions for Coach?
More satisfying that kind of all three phases were going for you pretty good today?
Yeah, there are some things we have to work on in all three phases, but just a good victory under the circumstances of where we are with our personnel. So hopefully we can get a couple guys healed up this week before we go down to Death Valley. But very pleased. Thought our kids did a nice job taking coaching all week long. I thought our offense did a nice job moving the ball against a very good defense. It's been playing very good defense all season in Wake Forest, and very pleased with the victory.
When did you know you had to go to Emmerich? How do you think he did? And were you trying to maybe push the ball out on the perimeter a little bit more?
A little bit, yeah. We knew we were going to have to go to him at the beginning of the week, to be honest with you. Johnny kept trying, but it wasn't looking good. So we tried some things, try to change stuff up in there to make it a little bit easier on him in his first start.
Other questions for Coach?
What kind of stability has Cole Murphy given you in the kicker position? I think he's like 9 for 10.
He's done a nice job. He's just got to keep the damn kickoffs in bounds. Other than that, he's done a nice job kicking, and I think he'll continue to get better.
Coach, you just talk more about the defense, holding Wake under 100 yards rushing and passing.
Yeah, well, we felt like we needed to. We really did, because it felt like we could. And the kids, coming out of the Florida State game, our defensive kids were they were banged up, not going to lie to you. And we had to try to be smart during the week with the way we practiced. But I thought mentally they were extremely strong at working through some pain and then playing today exceptional football. And very proud of the job the defensive kids have done. Coach Bulla and the defensive staff doing a great job. And we'll have our hands full this week.
Coach, road wins in conference are always tough, no matter the circumstances.
That's right.
Just talk about what it means to get one.
It's always great to get a conference victory on the road, especially in this conference, as you well know. Good victory. Looking forward to continuing to try to get to 2-0 in the second half of the season. Great effort by the kids. Looking forward to watching the tape too.
Do you think AJ did anything better this week than he did last week?
So hard for me to tell until I get to the tape. He showed his athleticism down there in the red zone where he took off with it. I know he'd like to get some plays back on some reads. He's in high school last year. We're going to keep working with him. I was hoping we can get Mitch going there at the end too, because he's worked extremely well too. But we'll just keep on hammering and keep on trying to find ways to get better.
Did you say anything to him when he kind of lowered his shoulder out at the end of the one run near your sideline?
AJ?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I'm not sure if I remember that one. I didn't.
Back-to-back big games for Steve now. What have you seen in his progression?
Great voice, by the way. Say that again. You threw me off with such a great inflection in your voice. What was the question?
Back-to-back big games for Ishmael now. What have you seen in his progression through 7 games?
Stevie's just a great little football player. He loves to play the game. I know if I was playing quarterback, I'd throw it up to him all the time. I just love the hell out of the kid. He loves football. He's passionate about the way he goes to work, and it's amazing. Kids that work so hard, how it shows up in the productivity side of things at the end of a game. And couldn't be more proud of the way Stevie's been working at it, and then it's really nice to see him get that production during the game.
And what'd you see out of your front 7 getting a couple touchdowns?
Defensively did a nice job, some physical football play, some great calls by Coach Bulla. And then it was nice to see us turn them into touchdowns on the run. Got 2 defensive ends with touchdowns. It'll be interesting to see which one of the defensive linemen finishes the season with the most touchdowns.
I know you guys don't like to call anything a must-win game, but looking back on it coming in,
one at a time. No, one at a time. I know it's cliche, but it's the truth. When you go the other route, that's when you do a poor job. So we're just going to try to get better. We want to have a great Sunday film session. Come back on Monday, get healthy, have a great Tuesday practice. Worry about just getting better every day.
how fun was it to get all 5 running backs involved and to see them produce?
It's always good to see. I wish Devontae could have got that touchdown. I was trying to yell, tell him to weave, but really good to see all those kids. They're great kids. They work really hard. There's not enough footballs to go around to get them all the touches they want. But you also understand that they really help us a ton in the kicking game. Like they'll count up how many carries Devontae had, but you'll be able to triple that number in the reps that he got in the game, in the kicking game. So all those kids are helping in so many different ways.
You get worried when Prince doesn't call for fair catch on either of those?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that when we get home.
You guys have been in a similar spot to Wake, guys being down under the problems, blood in the water. You kind of relish being on the other side of that, your own injuries aside.
Oh, I don't know. It's just reality of college football, and we know it's going to be a fight every single week, and that's, not to keep saying the same thing. It's what we sign up for, and I love it. I mean, it's a great opportunity. What a beautiful day to play football. Got a bunch of young kids that are going to do great things down the road when they're done playing football. Just to feel the growth process with these young men, it's really a blast. It really is. So looking forward, getting better, going down to Death Valley.
Last question for Coach.
How about Rob and Mike? I mean, they seem pretty comfortable picking up the ball and running.
We do that drill every day. We do those drills every day. We do the SWAT drill. We do what happened today. We do every single day at practice. Coach Bowler runs them through a battery. Every kid on the defense runs through. They tomahawk chop. They scoop and score. They cradle it. So it's always good to see those drills that you work every day show up on the football field. So.
Do you think he was going to keep running all the way to the other end?
First year start, just